If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
What's up, guys? This is Better Than Static. I'm your host, Tyler, and I got with me my buddy Lucas.
Hey.
And my buddy Chris.
Hey.
So I pointed to my, so you guys are, you guys are both on my right, and I pointed just directional direction. I'm like, I need to point up, and then point down. But yeah, that kind of goes back to the conversation we had before we went live of talking with your hands is weird on Skype, because the camera doesn't see everything.
So you either going to be right in on top of yourself or way out so nobody can see it except for Chris.
Yeah, Chris and Lucas are in the same room right now. I forgot about that. This,
that's why we're looking at each other.
Yeah, but so if you do if you scrunch up, you T-Rex arms. If you talk with your hands like that, yeah, you can see. If you're in the YouTube video, you're watching the YouTube video, you can see Chris right there. But and then you're super wide, you feel like a monster. But anyways, sorry, I was word vomiting. But I guess we should. I guess people do know why you're at Lucas's apartment because you told them you had the internship last week.
I did.
But Chris is in Lexington for his internship with KSR, so he's staying with Lucas. How's that going? You guys making good roomies?
Freaking terrible. I'm just joking, Chris. You're awesome.
Okay. I keep to myself. I don't bother people. I'm quiet.
He does his own thing. I respect him for that.
So, you've only had 2 days on the job, right?
The one full day.
One full day. How'd it go?
It went good. I can't say.
That's good.
I can't say a lot about it. That's a secret.
Top secret.
Yeah.
He's working as a government assassin.
That would be awesome.
Excellent.
Chris couldn't make it as an assassin, though. He hates blood.
I hate blood.
You do.
No, I don't. I'm fine with blood.
Just as long as it's not his own.
I'm fine with killing people. That's a problem.
But yeah, I'm glad that we're recording. So I texted you guys today. It's not having any topics, and Lucas had actually a pretty good one. But before we get to that, I guess we'll do the weekly update. Chris started his internship. Lucas, you got any weekly update stuff?
Chris is staying up here.
Oh,
that
you
is
can
true.
tell
That
about
is...
the explosion.
Oh yeah, there was an explosion this morning.
Where at?
At UPS in Lexington, at one of the auxiliary plants. It's about 3 or 4 miles by the way the crow flies, I guess. But I was walking out of my apartment this morning to go to work, and I heard an explosion, and my first thought was there was a car crash or something, a really hard car crash. But I got out and I drove to work and I didn't see anything, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Went into work and people were like, oh, did you hear there's an explosion at UPS this morning? And I was like, yeah, I heard it.
Well, your work is really close to there too, because your work's only a mile away from your house, right, or your apartment.
Yeah, it's right next to it. So, I mean,
that's crazy.
The propane tank exploded.
Oh my gosh! I wonder how big it was. I guess it's going to be on the news, on the Lexington News.
Yeah, it was. It was CNN and Fox News and all that fun stuff.
Oh, dude! I wonder if it affected the stock market. I don't know.
Probably
I don't know
not.
about stocks. I don't know much about
it
stocks.
Wasn't that big of an explosion. It damaged part of the building. Nobody got seriously hurt, so it was probably just scary.
I wonder if the stocks changed.
Yeah.
All right, Carson.
Yeah, that's why I did that. I wonder if Carson's listening. I kind of hope he is, just so he gets that little nudge at him. So I guess that's a pretty big weekly update. I don't know if I can't top it. I know I can't top it. I shouldn't have let you go first. But anyways, so I officially became an adult. I made my own doctor's appointment and attended it. So I made my first appointment. I made it a couple weeks ago, but I actually attended it today. It was an eye appointment, and it went great. I was actually pretty happy how it went. My eyesight's not deteriorated much, and I get new contacts because my contacts were super cruddy. Like you could just like feel the grit from how nasty they were for just how long I was wearing them. Which I don't know. Like you guys don't wear contacts, but like the longer you wear them, the more like you can just feel they're getting nasty.
Yeah, they lose that
And
fluid on them.
yeah, well, I mean, you replenish it. Like I take my contacts out every night. I don't sleep in mine, but like you can just feel the buildup of stuff from like mine are for 2 weeks. I'm supposed to wear mine. Well, I was told from my previous eye doctor you were allowed to wear them for a month, so that's already double what they should be worn. And then I wore this one double that because I ran out and I needed to make another eye appointment to get more contacts. So like it was just caked on there. Like and the lady like. Me and Chris know my optometrist, and like she's like, your right eye doesn't look too bad, but like your left eye, I'm surprised like it doesn't hurt when you put your contact in. I was like, I gotta tough it out sometimes, but it's okay. But like this time last year, was this like you got your eye exam renewed, didn't you, Chris? And like you thought you had glaucoma.
I was at risk. I was at risk for glaucoma, but I hate going to the eye doctor. So when they have the thing where you rest your chin and they put the thing right up next to your eyeball and you have to not blink. I had to grit my teeth to keep from blinking, and so that made the pressure go up my eye, so they thought I was at risk for glaucoma.
Gotcha. So, but like they don't use the wind blower anymore. Like I got eye drops this time. Like this yellow fluid. I forget what.
I don't like that
made it
either.
Yellow. Well, it's just eye drops. I don't mind eye drops.
I mind.
But like I'm used to eye drops. I'm used to like dropping things in my eyes. I'm like I'm okay with the eye puffer thing, but I'm glad I didn't have to use the eye puffer because it sucks. So like it went pretty good. I'm gonna have glasses. I'm getting contacts and glasses, and that's all for free because of my health. Well, technically my health insurance isn't free, but it's from work. So, but yeah, I'll be getting glasses and prescription contacts. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. One thing that was weird though is I don't wear glasses much anymore, but like at night I wanted to have the option to wear glasses. It's so weird to see yourself in glasses when you're not used to it. I don't know if you like, just because it's the last time I wore like glasses was senior year of high school, and they were like little bitty ones, like reading glasses, and I'm gonna get big ones. I wanted to get Dwight Schrute glasses.
Get Coke bottle glasses.
Well, no, my prescription's not as strong to where I need like thick glasses.
Yeah, just large.
Just get like a big lens. But yeah, that was. I'd say, like I said, I couldn't top the UPS explosion. But I mean, we're becoming adults.
It didn't even wake me up.
Yeah, Chris, did I wake you up this morning?
I was like lightly asleep. Like I heard you moving around, but like I didn't actually wake up.
I gotcha. Because I tried to be quiet, and I didn't ever see you awake, but I don't know.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
I still had like an hour to sleep once you left anyway.
I know. I even got up later than I usually do, too.
I don't have to go into work till 10 tomorrow.
That's pretty nice. How late do you work?
5:30.
That's not bad at all. That's like dream hours right there. But like when I stay with Lucas, we usually get up at the same time just because like work starts at the same time for us. Because I'm usually at training and it starts like at 8 or like 8, and usually Lucas has to be at work at 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll roll into topics. Well, hold on. There's one thing I wanted to relate the explosion to. You guys remember when we were in 5th grade and like supposedly Kentucky had an earthquake and we felt the aftershock?
I remember.
Yeah. It
That's
knocked
what I like.
It knocked the downspout off the building.
Yeah, like, and we heard a loud boom, and we're like, "What the heck was that?" That's kind of like what I related to. Like, that's how I. So when you walked out of your apartment, you're like, "What the heck was that?" That's what like immediately came in my mind when you said that.
I had no idea what it was. I was scared.
I mean, I guess like propane tank explosion. That probably has a pretty big punch. But yeah. We'll roll into our topics, which Lucas came up with this topic because I was at a blank when I texted you all earlier. So new Pokemon games announced.
Co-op.
Yes, we were going to get to that. So Chris is our in-house Pokemon specialist.
Oh boy.
So Chris, what has been the most recent game of Pokemon that has been out?
The mainline series.
Yeah, we'll do mainline, then we'll do mobile because we need to because the new game kind of goes off of the mobile stuff.
The newest games are Ultra Sun and Moon, and I didn't play
Okay,
those.
and you didn't play those. Or you did play.
Did
those?
not.
Gotcha. And like that game created like new shiny Pokemon, right? Or like new area specialized Pokemon skins or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I didn't. I usually just buy like the ones that are the biggest expansions. Like when they
Okay.
add a whole bunch of new Pokemon.
Because the Ultra Sun and Moon were,
Like
aren't they
sequels.
just, yeah, they just
They're
combine
sequels? Okay.
and almost like expansions to the game that's already there, but it's the whole
Pay
game over
full
again.
price, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought though that was a new game expansion. Okay, so tell me about the last mainline like adding of Pokemon. That was Sun
That
and
was
Moon,
just
right?
Sun and Moon, yeah.
And did a lot change from Sun and Moon to like was Diamond and Pearl before that?
Black and White. No, X and Y.
Black and White. X and Y. Okay. X and Y is where it gave the Pokemon like an extra evolution, like Charizard get an extra evolution.
Mega Evolutions.
Mega evolution. Okay. So nothing like so mega evolutions. Then to Sun and Moon. Is Sun and Moon where you got like the different like so like you had Pokemon that were found in Kanto, but they looked different in the new area.
There were forms relative to that region, yeah.
Okay, so that's what it was. I was confused on that. I had no clue. The last Pokemon game I played was Diamond and Pearl, and that was a long time ago. That was like high school. Not that I didn't want. I just didn't have a DS anymore, and I wasn't gonna go buy a DS just for Pokemon. But that's beside the point. So now we have the game is coming out for the Switch. I assume it's coming out for 3DS too, or just
Probably
Nintendo
just
DS.
Switch.
Probably just Switch. Okay, so it'll be Switch exclusive. And what
Well,
it is,
don't say that
like-
as gospel.
I'm not saying this is
I
gospel. I'm
said
just
probably
what
just
we
on Switch
assume.
entirely. Okay, so it's exclusive to Switch.
I'm trying to interpret what you're saying. So we think
As of
we
right
don't
now,
know
it
as
is
of right now.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for the Switch.
Yeah, that is the thing right now. And what that is like. So does anybody know what that game's gonna be like?
Uh,
It's gonna be a
Gonna
co-op.
have
But like
co-op.
what else? Like
what I have heard is kind of a remake of Pokemon Yellow. So you'll have Pikachu following you around. It'll be based in Kanto, and I guess it'll kind of follow the same game. I don't know. Other than that's based in Kanto, and one of them's going to be following you around, and there's going to be a special Joy-Con that you use that looks like a Pokeball. That's about all I know. And it's co-op.
And you can
okay,
take it
so
out in
I've heard
public.
that stuff. Wait, say
You
what?
take the
Say
Pokeball
what
out
again?
in public.
Yeah.
And you can like walk your Pokemon to help level them up, or what?
I don't know. You can probably walk it or something, but
Do like a
So like I read a little bit like so IGN had an article on Snapchat. I get some of my news from IGN on Snapchat, and I read some of the articles about it. So I've heard it's like Yellow. It comes out of Kanto like Yellow, but some things are changed. Or you don't have like random Pokemon battles anymore, like with like the random trainers that you find around. You now like there's Pokemon wandering, and if you touch that Pokemon, you have the opportunity to catch it. But what I didn't understand was they said it won't be a fighting. It'll be similar to Pokemon Go, where you have to like throw the Pokeball fairly well and it'll catch the Pokemon, which threw me off. So,
If that's the
Chris,
case, I'm not going to buy it.
Chris, can you
telling
educate
you
me on
right
how
now.
you caught Pokemon in Pokemon Go?
so you have your phone. If I'm holding it up to the camera. So Pokemon would appear in the middle of the screen, and then you'd have the Pokeball like down here, and then you'd use your finger, whatever finger you wanted, I guess, to like aim it and toss it. You could put spin on it if you wanted to by like doing that. and then you could spin it, and then you would catch it like that.
Okay, so that's similar to how I thought they like. That's how I read the article on IGN, and it was like there is no longer Pokemon battles to catch Pokemon, which threw me off because that's how you're supposed to. That's how I thought you were. Like me being an OG Pokemon player, that's how we caught Pokemon for so long. It's so hard for me to unlearn that in a handheld Pokemon game. Like Pokemon Go, I can see that. Like I can see that it'd be how fancy you throw the Pokeball or whatever. It's how you caught it. But like now we have it on handheld. Why don't we have battles anymore? Like that kind
That's
of
what made
infuriates
those
me.
games fun for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not knowing if they'd catch. What do you mean?
Well, like,
No, the
like
battle.
I want the actual battle. Like the battles
Yeah,
were
like,
the thing.
I would be okay with still.
Oh, I
having
didn't even
to-
realize. I didn't even think about the battle part.
Yeah, like battle the Pokemon, get them down to low health, then throw the Pokeball, and then catch them. Because otherwise, like, what are you doing? Just going around and collecting Pokemon? Like that's
Yeah, it's like what was the Nintendo game where it was like Pokemon Snapshot or what was it?
Pokemon Snap.
It's Pokemon Snap. Yeah, like that's basically what you're doing now.
hey, that game was
And
awesome.
I don't like it.
It was awesome. I played the
I
crap
like
out of it.
Pokemon Stadium better.
I mean, Pokemon Stadium was good too.
But like, I don't know. It just if you're collecting Pokemon, that's not what the Pokemon stuff was about. It's about battles with other trainers and it's battles with Pokemon you find in the wild. It was just
Otherwise, I mean,
what I do.
it sounds
Wait, go
like
ahead.
from what you just said, it sounds like they're just doing Pokemon Go, except all in a world on the Switch, which is not cool. I wasn't a fan of
Yeah,
Pokemon Go, but
And like this is like so. As Chris said, we're not like what we're saying is not like set in stone. We don't know. We're speculating. But of the article I read, this is what I read, and like you're right. It's basically you're putting Pokemon Go on a handheld device, like not handheld device, a handheld
yeah,
game, and it's like you can just walk around and collect Pokemon. Now let's back up, and there's some things I do like about this. Like you can see the Pokemon in front of you, like walking around. Like that's like I feel like that's it. I like it better than just wandering through the grass and like you might get a Pokemon you want and might get a Pokemon you don't want. Like I like the opportunity of I can avoid that if I don't want that Zubat, that 44th Zubat I've ran into, or like you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
it makes sense, but I would argue that going through and trying to like walking back and forth in tall grass and all that stuff. I mean, was kind of the fun of the old Pokemon games, which this is coming from somebody that only ever played Pokemon Yellow and Emerald. Only two games I ever played, like that handheld Pokemon games. But that was part of the game. I pretty much all I want is just the Pokemon games on Switch. I'm fine.
Yeah, like what Nintendo should do is just like put a backlog of all the Pokemon games you can play on your Switch. Like everybody's telling Nintendo, this is how you would make money if you make like a subscription service where people can download games and play them. Like you would make so much money, and they just keep not doing that,
Yeah.
which kind of like it's not bad business because they're still selling a butt ton of games, but you could make more money. Why don't you make that money? Like.
Yeah, I don't know. One is I heard this, which I thought was a very interesting argument, was that they don't want their backlog of games to compete with the new games that they're putting out.
I mean, yeah, that is probably true. Because, like, you put Ocarina of Time on a Nintendo Switch, Lucas will buy that, like, 50 times. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
loved that
I
game.
would
Or,
buy
like,
it in a heartbeat.
Mask, or Majora's Mask or something. Like, you would
Yeah.
keep buying that game.
Well,
But
I mean, I would
they
buy
are
it for
like-
one time and play it over and
Yeah.
over and over, but I would buy it.
Yeah. And I don't know if, like, I guess it's they don't have a lot of confidence in their new games, but, like, Breath of the Wild was a hit. Like, that was a hit of a game.
Good.
Mario Odyssey was a hit of a game. Donkey Kong, I'm hearing great things about Donkey Kong. They should have confidence where they could be like, all right, yeah, we'll put this old stuff. And, like, you could even do it, like, only certain stuff is up for a certain amount of time. Like, you can only play it for a little bit. and it takes that you have to buy the subscription like each month to keep playing the games that are offered or something like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's. I know with the so their online service launches in like November or something like that, and part of it is kind of like how Xbox does their free Game Pass or whatever it is, their free game of the month. The and I know they were planning, at least what I remember, is that they were doing like NES games for those games. Like, so I guess that could potentially go into N64 games and GameCube and all that stuff, which they also, I think last week, also put in a patent for the Nintendo 64 controller design and the trademark and all that. So there is a rumor that they're going to put out an N64 Mini like they did the NES and SNES.
See, that would be awesome. Like I would love that. Like I didn't play a lot of NES. So the Nintendo console that I played the most was probably N64 more than any. I don't. You might be able to. You guys might know this. Like, do you think the NES and the SNES were more popular than N64? Do you think the N64 is kind of top dog?
N64 probably became super popular, like wildly popular. Popular, not popular.
Yeah.
No, it was mainstream, I think.
I would agree with that. I mean, I think the N64, I mean, at least for me, like I played the SNES quite a lot actually, at my grandparents' house and at some of my other family members. They all had Super Nintendos, and which I played a lot of Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers 3, I think. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. But N64 is what I grew up on. I had one whenever I was 5 and not 5. How old am I? 6.
You're 25.
Yeah, they came out in 99, so ever since then.
Yeah. So I think the NES and the SNES were like for like people 4 years older than us, and I think the Nintendo was more for like our gen. Like when people that were 5 in 1999, I think that's when that's the people that are going to enjoy the N64 if they remake it.
Right.
Would you think that's right?
Yeah.
Because like that's us. Because like a lot of people got hyped for when they made the SNES Mini and stuff, and I'm just like, that's not what I played. That like, not that I'm against it. Like I'm not mad about it. It's just I'm not as hype as I would be for the 64. So I'm pretty hyped if they do make the Mini N64. But let's go back to the Switch. So back on the Switch, there was a couple features I liked about the new Pokemon game. I liked that you could let certain Pokemon out of their Pokeballs, like on travel on them. Like you can fly on Charizard, you can ride an Onix. This is all in the trailer I watched, and like it. So Lucas, I know didn't watch the TV show, but me and Chris watched the TV show.
I watched the TV show.
Like you did? I didn't. I thought
Yeah,
you
but
in one episode you said you didn't.
Oh, I just watched the original run.
Yeah, so I'm asking Tyler, like, is this reference going to be something I understand?
Wait, what do you mean?
If you're going to reference the show,
I'm just saying, like in the show, you could ride Pokemon. Like, Pokemon could be outside their Pokeball and stuff. I feel like it's more like I think kids knew the show before they knew the game, but we knew the game because the game came first before the show. And so, like, I think they're trying to get like kids to be like, oh, I could let my Onix out of the Pokeball. It's just like the TV show. I could be like Ash Ketchum. And
Maybe I'm going to drop
like,
a
I think
bomb
that's a
on
big.
you right here. You could let your
What?
Pokemon out of Pokemon Yellow as long as it was Pikachu.
Yeah, only Pikachu though. Like this one will be other Pokemon, and like I mean,
It also had
You'll let your
little
Pokemon-
cutscenes and stuff whenever they like came in and flew you away, and whenever you were swimming, you rode on whatever water type you had and all that kind of stuff. Which I'm sure that
But,
was
like, you
in the
can
older
control-
games too.
see, I
the
don't
newer
remember
games.
that. Like in Ruby, it would just be a black orb you hopped
Yeah.
on and like flew away, or like hopped on in the water and rode that around. Like, what's cool about this too is so you no longer like really care about HMs anymore. Like so, like a cut or like a rock climb or like rock smash or whatever it is. Like you could just like get on your Charizard and fly over the small tree or fly over the small rock or whatever, and like travel that way. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was neat because like a lot of like in the show, a lot of like the show is like coming over obstacles or whatever like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, those game mechanics were designed to keep you out of certain areas before you did certain things.
Yeah, you're right. But like in Pokemon Go Pikachu and Pokemon or what that's the name of it. Pokemon Go Pikachu.
Let's Go.
Pokemon Pikachu or something. Let's go. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Like I don't think that like I don't think it'll really matter if you can't get to a place or not. I think it'll be more of just like a free roam, like almost like an MMO, just like free roam, do whatever you want, and then like as long as you find Pokemon. Like, that's what I think. Yeah, I don't either. That's what I'm saying. Like if the game is like that, that's not gonna get like the adult people, like our age group, to go buy this game. But I have heard word of possibly a new Pokemon game coming that's not this. That's like it's like the core game. So like that would make me buy a Switch. Is of like well that and then like if Super Smash comes, which Super Smash is coming, they're gonna announce that soon. Like so those two like new Pokemon and Super Smash would make me go.
They've already announced Smash. We don't know if it's a remake of the Wii U Smash or a new Smash with, I guess, a larger, more expanded
I just don't
roster.
understand how they got Sonic in Smash.
Well, I mean, Sega was in like Sonic's been in a lot of Nintendo games, dude.
Wasn't
They did the Olympics.
like there a
like the
game
Nint-
where Solid Snake was in a Smash game?
Yeah, Solid Snake has been in two Super Smashes. He was in the Wii and then the Wii U version.
He's like one of it's weird because he's like PlayStation's biggest dude.
Yeah, I don't like he's still in his own stuff. Like they're making a new Splinter Cell.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Kirby. Wrong. Shame. Wrong. Very wrong.
Solid Snake is from Metal
Solid
Gear Solid.
Snake is not.
Splinter Cell. They're making a new Solid Snake game, which that Walmart announced that couldn't keep their mouth
Are
shut.
you sure about that?
I'm pretty
They're
sure.
making a new
They're making a new
Cell.
Splinter Cell. They're not making new.
Yeah,
Maybe that's yeah. Okay. Retract the last 2 minutes of me talking. Well, that wasn't 2 minutes. It was like more like a minute. But anyways, I'm dumb. Sorry. Somebody save me. Somebody say something.
Kirby, you're wrong.
I said save me, not dig me a deeper hole.
Uh,
But I can't dig myself into a deeper hole.
Okay, so our next topic we're going to roll into is E3, and you kind of heard a foreshadow from our last episode, right? The last episode was when we talked about the spoilers of E3, that Walmart.
I think that was
2
2
weeks
weeks ago.
So
yeah.
now, like E3 has announced their schedule for the event. So let's talk about the schedule. So Saturday, like E3 is the 9th through the 12th. And the first day at the event, Saturday, June 9th, EA will have their press conference, and it'll start at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. Eastern time. So let's talk about what EA has coming out. I guess their press conference will be a lot of like sports games, so FIFA, 2K, NHL, and stuff like that, right? Battlefield, and then is Call of Duty still EA?
Call of Duty was never
I thought
EA.
For some reason, I thought
It was
That's what it
Activision.
was, yeah.
It's Activision and Treyarch.
Okay, so
It's still Treyarch. Anyway, go ahead.
They switch them out every 3. Like,
I know. I didn't know
Sledgehammer. Oh,
Treyarch.
this next-
Sledgehammer.
okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Sledgehammer.
So, I guess Battlefield will be the biggest. Like that'll be have the most clout from the EA press conference. How do you guys feel about this new Black or Battlefield that's coming out? Have you heard? What have you guys heard of? Like heard about it? Anything?
I know everybody got mad about the cover having a girl on it
Who cares? Why is that a big
Well,
deal?
because it's not
Yeah,
historically
like, I'm all
accurate
about-
or something like
It's
that.
Battlefield. Since when it was the game never has tried to be historically accurate.
No, you can do really, really stupid stuff in Battlefield. I don't know why. I didn't get it. I could care less.
Like
I
I'm
mean,
all about like gender rights, like gender equality and stuff.
Yeah,
But they do have a leg to
But-
stand on. It's World War II, right? It's gonna be World War II. There were
Okay,
no women fighting
so-
in World War II. Like there were women that helped out a lot
Yeah.
in World War II. Like women were carrying
So-
society because all the men were in war. But I don't know. Like I don't think there was any in fighting unless they did like a Mulan kind of thing.
okay. Was there backlash from Call of Duty World War II for having women in that game?
I didn't play Call of Duty World War II.
That's not the. We haven't played Battlefield 5 either.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, okay, so besides that, like, it's a video game where you run around, shoot stuff, get shot, die, and come back to life. Like, it's not a historical, like, set piece in any way.
Like if they had come out and said we are aiming for a historically accurate game,
Yeah.
it'd be
It's
different, but
like,
they haven't. So it's like,
Kingdom Come, like, that
Yeah.
was aimed to be historically accurate. And they even hired historians and all sorts of stuff to get this time, the people in that area correct. And there was a backlash over it, but I feel like they had more of a leg to stand on because it was marketed as a historically accurate game.
Gotcha.
Battlefield is just a balls to the wall shooter. That's all it is.
What I think could be really cool is like Battlefield has campaigns, right? I'm assuming.
usually.
Battlefield 1 had a very, I mean, you could call it a campaign, but it wasn't like a linear story, really. It was just like 5 or so different stories all, like, I don't know. It's weird. I didn't like it.
What they could do some really cool things with a story, like you could even do like a Mulan story, like the woman wanted to fight the war, but they said that she couldn't, and then she comes out like is a big part in the war or something. Like that would be a cool story. Or you could have like the bunch of different stories, and her story is like she got caught up in the battle or something, and she's like, instead of running, I'm taking a part in this or something. Like you could do some really cool things with that. You could do very like write some good things with it, and I wonder if that's what they're going to do with it, or if they just want to do it to cause clout. You know what I mean? Because now I feel a lot of people just do things just to cause clout, not to actually make a good game. How do you guys feel? Like that was a lot I just said, but like, do you think they are going to use it for like a story, or you think they're going to use it just to get clout?
No, it's literally just a chick on the
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah. And, I mean, nobody was concerned about Kratos being on the cover, so, I mean,
It's super lame.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that is Saturday. That's the only big one conference on Saturday. The next one is Sunday, June 10th, and it starts at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time with Microsoft. So Microsoft's got the new Halo coming out, which the only thing I've heard about this is they're bringing some of their old guys from Halo 3 onto this one. So they're like saying like this is going to be a big thing because it'll be just as good as 3, but I'm not a big Halo guy, so I don't know how much it's different or like.
it's so far removed from Halo 3 that it's not even funny. Halo 3 was a very slow, like it was slow paced compared to Call of Duty back in the day whenever Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4 was the thing. Now it's, I played a little bit of Halo 5 and I was not impressed in the slightest. I played a lot of Halo 3.
So if you're wanting something
so
like Halo
different
3, you've not had anything like Halo 3 from Halo in a while. So this could be your chance to get that back. I don't know. Like, here's the thing that like
Or just get the Master Chief Collection and play Halo 3.
Yeah.
No.
One thing that I do like, so let's say they get some of the game devs, like some of the developers, like the people that actually worked on the game. Say you get those guys from Halo 3. They're not really going to have a say in what actually goes. Like the producer and like the people over those people, like the writers have more to do with what the game turns out like than they like. Sure, they do a lot of the work, but the place like
Well, mechanic wise and stuff like that, like I'm sure they have at least a voice.
yeah, like I'm sure they have a voice,
kind of
but like
thing.
that's like when someone directs a Marvel Disney movie. The mouse is who's behind the actual what says and what goes, and I don't want people to like be upset because they didn't get what they expected just because they're bringing guys from Halo 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like this is me being a skeptic and playing devil's advocate. Yes, they could say like they might be getting those guys, but will it actually change that much from what the path they've been going on?
yeah. I mean, they would have to do a complete 360, or not a 360, 180.
Yeah, 360. They just
going
turn around, look.
completely-
Oh, hey, that's great back there. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep going this direction though.
Right. A complete 180. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. But a complete 180 to go back to Halo 3 because, like, there's so many things that are different. I mean, you have the jetpacks, you move quicker, you can sprint, you can mantle, you can, I mean, do all sorts of crazy stuff now. And then Halo 3, it was very floaty and kind of slower paced, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess maybe if they had people, I mean, map designs, maybe I don't know. I don't know how they could. Yeah, I don't know.
So Microsoft. I'm trying to think what else they would be announcing. Would they announce Black Ops? Is Black Ops 4 coming out before E3?
Black Ops is probably going to be with Sony people. So.
Sony people, because Sony's
Yeah.
on Monday, but I don't see Treyarch or Activision on the list.
They
So you think it'll be?
go in with they'll be in with Sony. They have a deal. Call of Duty has a deal with Sony for exclusivity and stuff like that. So it'll, well, not exclusivity, but they have a deal with
For
Sony
like their announcements, so
currently.
kind of like their PR people.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess that's it for Microsoft. Is going to be the Halo thing? Like it's going to be the Halo announcement, which not.
Gears. Hopefully, some stuff will surprise.
But yeah, because
Us
Xbox,
from-
Microsoft needs to put out something because they're not competing with their competition that great.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff saying like Sunset Overdrive 2, which was a launch title or right around a launch title. I remember I never
I
played
played it. I played
Uh,
the first like hour or two, and I just didn't enjoy it. Like
No,
that game was.
it didn't look like a game that I would like. That's why I never played
Can
it.
you say that again? Because like you went
Uh,
robot voice, and I think it was just because my internet connection kind of cut out for a second.
Okay, it's I never played it because it just wasn't a game that I felt like I would enjoy.
And that game was like I looked up games after I played Borderlands 2 after it was a Games with Gold, and like tried to find games that was like it, and like I got that was recommended to me, and I'm just like, no, this is nothing like what I've just played and I really enjoyed. So, which Borderlands 3 is coming out, so is that going to be Microsoft or who? I don't know who made Borderlands.
Gearbox.
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 Yeah.
Well, Gearbox doesn't have a press
That
conference.
could be Microsoft.
That could be them. But Gearbox has a table, so they're going to have some kind of announcement there. So they could come with Microsoft. All right, let's move into the next press conference. So the next press conference is Bethesda, and that'll be 6:30 p.m. Pacific time Sunday, and then 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So Bethesda's actually already gotten ahead of their PR stuff from like when the Walmart leaked stuff. So what was it? They were Rage 2.
Rage
yeah.
2.
That was the game they were trying to kind of pushing. So Do you guys play Rage? You guys played Rage, right?
Never even
We
heard
were
of it.
not hardcore gamers because
Uh,
we've not played any of the games
I
we
heard
talked
of
about.
it. Well, Rage did not do good whatsoever whenever it came out. It was pretty much a flop. So everyone was a little confused whenever it was announced because everyone was like you have the Elder Scrolls series, which hasn't had a game other than Elder Scrolls Online, but like a true game since
November 11th, 2011.
2011.
Oh, crap.
So I mean, to make, I mean, I hate to do this to Rage, especially if it turns out to be a good game, but to kind of go and make a sequel to a game that nobody really wanted, yet put off Elder Scrolls 6, a game that everybody seems to want, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but sure a lot. I know Elder Scrolls 6 is on its way, but it seems like
It's been 6.5 years.
I know since it's been
Which
but maybe this
I've
year.
heard rumors.
They're gonna announce Skyrim on your pocket PDA
Yeah.
Apple Watch
Yeah,
on the back of your eyelids.
They're gonna announce it like
Yeah.
on
on
toilets.
Google Glass.
God, ugh.
But I've heard rumors from like just talking with people at work who've heard stuff, and because I work in a very nerd friendly environment who all play games and stuff. So I've heard from one guy around the water cooler that he thinks that, or he seems to have sources. Don't know if they're true or not. That there will be a new Elders.
How's your dude at work have sources?
He says he has sources, man. I'm
Whatever.
From what I've been seeing, it's very unlikely that they announce an Elder Scrolls game at this E3.
my buddy is super
Yeah.
he's like, this is gonna happen this year. I'm like,
Does he have a track record of being right?
he does, because he read his source of Infinity War was completely right. Because like everybody got mind warped when we found out where the Soul Stone came from. Because like everyone was like, oh, it's in Wakanda, it's in Heimdall. I thought it was in Heimdall. You know, I just like everybody got their mind warped because they already thought it, and it was in a completely different direction. Well, my buddy knew, and his source has been proven right so far. It's got proven right track record.
Alright.
All right, so that's Bethesda. That's Bethesda, right? Nothing else besides Rage and a possible Elder Scrolls announcement.
Doom 2,
Doom 2, yeah.
is likely,
And they're all going to go into more detail about Fallout 76.
and Fallout 76.
Which Fallout, the story doesn't change much. It's all post-apocalyptic. You're trying to survive, right?
Well, the story changes, but war never changes.
Oh my god.
is that in like the opening or something?
That's the opening line to Fallout games.
Gotcha.
It's Ron Perlman.
I don't know. I just know the memes with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ron Perlman. He does the war never changes.
Okay.
And it's like it's pretty funny, but no, like it's set in the same time and place, and not place. I mean, it goes all over the world, but I know Fallout 3 was in Washington D.C., then New Vegas, and then Fallout 4 was in Boston. So Fallout 76 is set before
Follow the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
There was a nuclear apocalypse before we even had nuclear power.
Yeah. No, it's set before all of them. I think it's set in like 2109 or something, which predates all the other games. So
Maybe it's how like have they went into how the nuclear thing started, like the post-apocalyptic started? Maybe that's what this game
No,
goes into.
it's after. It's one of the first groups after 20 years underground. They go out to try to resettle the Earth or something.
Well, that
like
makes sense why it's 76.
And they-
Like, because 76 was when we started like declaring like we're going to try to start America. So I guess
It's Vault 76.
Oh. I like my
Is why it's
explanation
Vault
better,
76.
but that's okay.
That might be why it's called. That might be why it's called Vault 76
Yeah.
though. But it's a vault that's been referenced in other games, so they don't know what kind of play style or anything like that will be yet. I've heard that it'll be a base builder, that it could be something like New Vegas, where it was kind of an expansion, but it was built in the same engine, but a completely different story.
Okay,
So I don't know. I mean, it's only been 3 years since Fallout 4 came out.
gotcha. All right, so next press conference, still on Sunday, June 10th, is Devolver Digital, and that'll be at 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know anything about Devolver Digital. I don't know.
I know they already apologized for their press conference.
What do you mean by that?
Last year,
Weird press conference.
Yeah, they didn't announce any games last
What did
year.
they do last year?
They did. They had announced like a couple small games, but nothing that I remember. I just remember what they did otherwise.
Gotcha.
They were basically mocking other presentations in theirs.
Gotcha. All right, so now we're going to move to Monday, June 11th. First one starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It is Square Enix. I know nothing about Square Enix. What games do they make?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts
Oh,
3.
okay. There you go. Lucas will be hyped for that one. Probably the
Yep.
only reason he keeps his PS4 around.
Pretty much. I really want to play God of War, and which Kingdom Hearts I'm pretty sure will be on Xbox too.
What?
So
It will? Okay, I'm...
making me. I really want to play. There's like 3 games on the PS4 right now that I really want to play.
What are they? Go for it.
And it's God of War, Nier Automata. Probably said that wrong, but I'm just going to run with it. And that's pretty much it.
The new Spider
Which is
game I
2
wanted to
games,
play
so.
on PS4. I heard it was going to be lit. The one that everybody's been going crazy for on the PS4 is Detroit Becoming Human, which was announced last E3, and it actually gotten great reviews. But it's more of like a Telltale game. Like, you don't really do much in it. But anyways,
It's a David Cage
Yeah.
game.
um,
It's a visual novel.
David Cage sucks.
Lucid Fox.
Press X every 30
So a
minutes.
streamer on Twitch, I was watching them play the game, Lucid Fox. He's like one of the big Twitch streamers. He was like, man, he was just bashing David Cage, like, oh, this awesome dynamic camera angle. It's
there's no
so David
subtlety.
Cage.
Like, so obviously you can figure out that the thread is going to be racism against androids. And so I was watching a clip today, and some android guy that you play as was like buying paint or something. He was walking
Pants, he's-
back to where he was
yeah.
going. He runs into a bunch of protesters, and they're just literally just saying, "You guys take our jobs." I'm like, where's the subtlety?
Yeah, there's no it's no underlying tone. It's this is the tone. This is the tone.
This is, oh God, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, so Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 3. If it comes out for Xbox, I'll probably be playing that. I'll probably stream it. I'm probably going to stream Borderlands 3 and Kingdom Hearts 3 if it comes out on Xbox. Our next company, it starts at 1 p.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Eastern time, is Ubisoft. Ubisoft has what game coming out?
Probably an Assassin's Creed.
If they announce a Far Cry, I'd be interested to see how that was going to work, considering the end of Far Cry 5.
Yeah. And then if a Splinter Cell game is announced, Ubisoft would announce it. Probably I've heard rumors of a new Division, which I would hard pass on. But I mean, I would hard pass on pretty much anything Ubisoft. But
Yeah, I was going to say, like, a Far Cry 6 is basically going to be like a... Spoiler alert, Far Cry 6 is going to be a Fallout game. I don't understand how they're going to... At the end of the game, the world blows up. So,
oh, really?
nukes go off all over the place.
Wow.
Right,
Spoiler
that's
alert.
I said spoiler alert.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving. PC gaming show. I don't PC games. I don't know anything. That's at 3 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not a PC gamer, so if you're a PC gamer, watch Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what's going to be announced there. Sony has theirs. Monday, June 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, or 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And what do you think is coming out there, Lucas? The COD? You said COD earlier?
Shenmue 3.
Shenmue 3, at least a look at Shenmue 3. But yeah, Call of Duty will get its first look, Battle Royale.
And then we'll have probably, maybe, do we have a Final Fantasy update? Do they
Probably,
show us?
Yeah, hopefully. The Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everything that I can think of.
They'll probably show that Days Gone By thing again.
Yeah.
What game's that? Was that the zombie game?
Yeah.
That was basically, the Norman Reedus game. Or not Norman Reedus. What's his name in the show? Daryl.
That's Death Stranding.
Oh, that's Death Stranding. What's
Yeah.
this one called again? Say that again, Chris.
Days Gone
I've
By.
not heard of this one. I don't know what this one is.
It's a zombie game.
It's a zombie game. It was at last E3 and the one before that. And the one before that.
Okay, so I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it's maybe they're announcing it's coming out. Maybe they're announcing something else.
What was that game that EA announced last year? The BioWare game,
Anthem?
Anthem. Do they have stuff for that?
Anthem. Yeah, it should be released later this year, so I'm sure it'll be at E3 during
And
the.
then Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
yeah, I forgot about that.
The next, so that's at the end of Monday. The next press conference we have is Tuesday, June 12th, and it's Nintendo, and it's at 9 a.m.
Pokemon.
Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. What'd you say, Chris?
It's gonna be Pokemon.
Yeah, it'll be Pokemon. We'll find out when Super Smash comes out if it's a remaster of the Wii U version or a new one. We'll also hear more about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. There's also
It's the same thing.
Mario Tennis Aces.
what? What'd you say, Lucas?
Mario Tennis Aces.
Tennis Aces. Okay, yeah. And Donkey Kong done came out, and you think they're gonna announce anything we've not heard of yet?
No.
Why not?
If it is, it's nothing big.
I know someone wanted a new Animal, wanted Animal Crossing on the Switch.
Yeah, go.
Chris got super hyped for that. I got a friend.
If you want to talk about a game that makes you buy a Switch,
So I got a friend that's
Animal
streaming
Crossing.
Animal Crossing right now, and well, not right now as we speak, but his name's Derek. He's from Gaming and Comics. His Twitch thing is Derek GNC, so just like twitch.tv/Derek GNC. He's playing Animal Crossing right now, so we were in I'm in their Discord, and I keep up with those guys because we want to keep them as close, collab people, because we can collaborate with them a little bit. And he was like, man, if they made Animal Crossing for the Switch, I would drop some money on that. I didn't realize Chris was a big Animal Crossing fan, so I'm glad I said that. He got hyped.
I love Animal Crossing. It's the perfect road trip game.
Well, you need something in August. Because we got a big old road trip coming up.
I know.
But
15 hours.
15 hours, yeah. So
Jesus.
that's all the topics I have. So I guess we'll...
One more for Microsoft.
yeah, go for it.
Because I forgot about it whenever we were talking about Microsoft. Cyberpunk 2077
What is that?
should be announced during Microsoft. It is CD Projekt Red's new game, which I am super excited for. Haven't seen anything on it yet, but I'm really excited.
So
Makers of The Witcher 3.
that's pretty, they got a good backlog.
Yeah.
That might be, Microsoft says it's going to be on Xbox. I might stream that too. I need to find more games that aren't competitive because I suck at competitive gaming. So I need something that's got a story that I can actually play and not suck. But yeah, that's all the topics we have. Be sure to keep up with us on Twitter at BTStatic, on Facebook, facebook.com/BTStatic. I'll tweet from or retweet my stuff on Twitch. You can check me out on Twitch. Watch me suck at Fortnite. I'm trying to think of anything else. Check out our Teespring store if you want a cool BT Static shirt. It'll have this logo on it. So if you're on YouTube, it'll have our logo on it. Except it won't be backwards. So teespring.com/stores/better than static if you want a cool t-shirt. It also has our OG logo, the red, white, and blue one. So check out that if you want a cool T-shirt. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's all I got. So let me plug in my laptop because hopefully this episode's been better than static. We will catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Hey, you. Do you like the Tales from the Crypt series? Do you like spooky things in general? Then check out the Good Evening Kitties podcast. That's Good Evening Kitties podcast. GOODEVENING KIDDIES podcast. Each week, I'll review a new episode from the TV series The Tales from the Crypt. Find me on Podbay, Podbean, or iTunes. That's the Good Evening Kitties podcast. Check it out today.